Jason is here.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and I'm here with Rob and Bespin Bulletin, who's played by Jason Alexander.
I just am Jason Alexander. It's no act. It's just who I am.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were like an AI construct in my mind, or if it was real. I wasn't completely positive. I still don't really know. Even I don't really believe what you have to say usually. So
that's why I'm Bespin bullshitting. You shouldn't believe what I say.
well,
I'm bullshitting. That'd be a great fight.
Really only care what you reported once it's backed up by the real guys. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like the failing New York trades. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? It's been a little while. It's Valentine's Day. I knew that Tom was going to need a little bit of TLC today, a little tender love and care. So I decided we would get the I don't know. We can't be the Avengers because there's only 3 of us. So I'm gonna we're the Star Wars 3 Amigos today. Is that fair? Can we go Star Wars 3 Amigos? Is that too
3
dated?
Andor Amigos. Right?
If we make dated jokes on Valentine's Day, is it pertinent? See, that was a really good dad joke. Tom needs love. We love you, Tom. You weirdo.
Tom, you got a sponsorship right at the top of them.
I know you are.
Right,
I mean, today's show is brought to you by Tom's computer.
Right.
Yeah. Without the computer, there would be no show. I mean, I can see the old Mac up there. It's on its side. I use the Mac for recording music still. It's like turned on its side. It's plugged into an external monitor. Yeah, it's pretty much all I can do is just record music now. But thanks to Tom, we're here today.
Hey, I got something to promote really quick.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'll put a link here, folks. I did an interview.
It's not a rally, right? It's not a rally, is it?
I did an early interview with the book I'm drawing, Spawn Kills Every Spawn, over at a site called Comic Crusaders. They're pretty good. They need, but we need some views and some likes. So if you guys could go there and give me a like on there, a little comment, help boost that algorithm, they would appreciate it. That would be super nice.
Nice.
But it's cool. I got some concept art in there, kind of walk through my journey. So if you want to know the other side of Rob, the one that draws for a living,
right?
not the one that comes in here and hates all the Star Wars stuff you love. Go check that out.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and here is the Rob interview. Okay, it's really nobody's really okay. Well, here's what I want you guys to do. If you guys really love the show, when you guys go, you guys are going to actually copy the link from the visual right here, and you're going to do the whole thing out.
And what am I supposed to give you?
And don't mess
right
up.
there. It's right there in the comments.
Yeah, it's right there in the comments.
Click it. You guys can get it. You can also just go to my socials and get it there too if you're that interested. But I doubt anyone here will do it. But if you do, whoever first person to put a comment can get a personalized little video thing from me. How about that?
Oh wow!
Right?
He's gonna be like, oh, that Star Wars thing you like, I hate.
I might just read you the dictionary. Like you never know. You never know what I'll do. Someone will be a winner.
If it's written by Pablo Hidalgo, they'll probably be okay with it.
I just hope the video you send them is absolute filth for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I want you to seduce them, Rob.
I wish I were that clever, but I'm not. So.
Send them feet pics, just like rub your toes up and down and send it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say and then say these are Sydney Sweeney's feet after they've been in stormtrooper boots all day long. It might work. I can't promise you it won't work.
If she marries Drew McWeeny, she'd be Sydney Sweeney McWeeny, and I would pay to see that movie more.
Good luck, Drew. That's all I could say. Will Morgan says the Rob that completely shits on the good name of Harlan Ellison. Blessed be his name. Okay.
Who says it isn't a cult, Jason? Who says it isn't a cult?
I'm just glad we got Harlan out of the way. I think we got Harlan behind us now.
Who says
have to fear
so.
I mean, we haven't been on live for like a week or so because of the Harlan fear. I think we were just afraid.
Hasn't it been like
3 weeks?
3?
I you know what? I really don't know. it's just kind of like when it comes like the last like month of Star Wars news
hold on.
is
Has to be a real comment, Mike. Can't just go, getting
first.
video from none of that bull.
First. No, say first, Mike.
I will be judgmental on the quality of the comment.
I think Mike won. I believe it. Mike usually leaves good comments. Mike, don't let me down. But
Dale
no,
threw okay, I appreciate it.
The last few weeks of Star Wars news have been the corporate backed jock run trades. I don't know if you call them trades.
Really.
Trades might be giving them too much
Traders.
fucking.
How about traders?
How about just
right?
fucking content thieves? How about just, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't do a Google search, so now it's an exclusive.
Got it, boy.
Like that is
rewrote some shit that Jason and Bestman posted a year ago. Yeah,
yeah. That I mean, it's and on this instance though, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not really me who's being ripped. It's my buddy who's not bitching. I am the one bitching about it.
Yeah,
but only because I've been in the seat for like 10 years where they do this. And then the ones who do kind of give credit end up making back end deals with slimy Star Wars websites where they have like the same ad broker and they fucking make money off of each other. So then they're all, oh, well, I didn't see it on bestmanbulletin.com. I saw it on schlockstarwars.net. You know what I mean? Or whatever the site happens to be.
What's that Costanza maneuver? Am I home?
Yeah.
Is the news on? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, no, and it's just like that whole thing is always such a huge bummer. And then it's like
this happened a few months ago, though, right? Remember, like when everybody's saying,
Bespin, it's happened every day.
Acolyte. Oh yeah, but it's like some sites were like, we think Acolyte's gonna come out this summer. We have no reason to know why it's delayed, or why Skeleton Crew's delayed by a year. We have no reason. Nobody reported this. Remember that sort of shit?
Oh yeah. No, and it's and the people who do that, they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the editors know exactly what they're doing. And so what they end up, I think, doing, I think either they have a source or they don't. They don't get the second source because they just use us as the second source and then call it an exclusive. Or that's at best. That's at best. At worst, it's just some fucking Joe off the streets like reads something on your site, watches this show, and then is like, oh, I'm hearing Skeleton Crew's been delayed by 1 full year, and then they're like, oh my god, exclusive. It's never it doesn't have a lot of integrity behind it, right?
I don't expect to get credit these days at all, but if I see the fucking Skeleton Crew thing, I'm gonna like maybe lose my shit.
You will.
Remember, Jason, these were the same people several months ago that were claiming Acolyte was canceled because of taxes. So like
no, actually different people, same level of stupidity though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know.
Because if it happens, like it's already happened with Andor, right? Because in that September article I said Andor's coming out in early 2025. It's not going to be 2024.
Right.
It's happened now with Acolyte. So that's 2 out of the 3. So if the third is like, it's gonna come out in the fall, I'm like, well, you could have seen the shit like 6 months ago. Like you could have read the stuff from there. So it's not new news. Like it's, I don't know. Like I'm not getting paid for this shit. Like, like I made fucking £9 this month.
Yeah,
like that's it.
And you put on 15, so there's a difference.
Yeah.
But
no, but well, they go, but that's the problem is that it like that's kind of where I'm at with it is what are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to be the one to go out and cry about it? Whose responsibility is it to hold anybody responsible? Is it us? Do we just let it go and be like, that's the game? You know what I mean? Should the audience, should the people who read your site be the ones to do it? I don't blame them for not doing it, but I kind of do think that, if I was to go and make an insensitive joke today, there'd be 25 fucking people ready to jump on me. But somebody goes and actually like literally steals an exclusive story, and it's like, oh no, my ethics stops there.
You cover different outlets if you're ready for fucking thousands of tweets praying for your downfall. So yeah. But I don't know. I did a tweet like when it happened, just say like, hey, I had this out like X amount of time ago.
Yeah.
And like that was that. And so if anybody who reads it or been keeping up with this show or Santa show, whatever, we've talked about all this for like a long time, and they want to like help out, that's like a way to do so by like.
Hey Jason, wait till they report Acolyte is probably going to be positions to films. Just wait for that one. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Yeah.
Jeff Snyder exclusive. Sorry, I love Jeff, but you know what I mean? Like I watched the show, but it's ridiculous.
I mean, no, it was pretty fucked when he
he'd be calling
reported
you
my
out
story.
if it were in reverse, left and
100%.
Right. You know what I mean? Like,
but I will challenge him to a basketball game, and we will both be shirtless, and the world will lose.
I want to see two white men not being able to jump so bad.
I still wish that day happened. Where he did the tweet saying he's like an extra guy, need to get in LA 20 minutes. Like, Jason, can you do this? Is this gonna happen?
Oh, it's good. I want it to happen when he just does it out. I will make it happen. I want that to happen.
Play him in basketball.
However, he's gonna think it's gonna be like a 1-on-1, like white men can't jump. Fucking we're in Venice Beach. Fucking Hank's pumping. But I'm gonna be like, but we're gonna play horse. We're gonna play horse.
Yeah, I challenge you to bumper bowling.
Bumper bowling,
Jeff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that, because then I feel like whoever loses, we still get a pretty good score. You know, I think last time I did bumper bowling, I think I got like 190 on bumper bowling. So
still not a good score. But okay.
No, it's not. I mean,
I know.
But it's still 190. If somebody's like, "Hey, what'd you get on bowling?" I said 190. I'd be like, "Oh, he's pretty good at bowling, though." I mean,
Sure.
You know what I mean. You're like, I'm not living at the lanes. But anyways, let's look at this first story from BespinBulletin.com. Star Wars: The Acolyte reportedly releasing this summer. What? Okay, who's this one from? Oh, today Collider, the always very honorable and completely fucking ready to share the credit with the Star Wars fan community. Collider says they are reporting that the highly anticipated live
report, and I just didn't put the exclusively in there.
Yeah, they did report it. And it's not a fucking exclusive, Collider. I'm sorry, it's just fucking not. Just because you don't respect fan
we exclusively
sites
rip you off.
Exclusive.
Exclusively.
Exclusive. Your exclusive is an exclusive. The Acolyte is set to air on Disney Plus sometime this summer. And for the record, I made a tweet. They fucking hate you. They hate Star Wars fans. They fucking hate Star Wars. The guy who runs it fucking despises it. I talked to him for a while. He probably doesn't remember it, and he didn't know who I was, and all he did was pretty much call us R words in his own way. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it came down to. Anyways, you may recall an article I wrote back in September, and when I say R words, I mean Rob's. You may recall an article I wrote back in September, which detailed various live-action Star Wars series suffering a delay, which featured Skeleton Crew, Andor season dose, and the Acolyte. Within the article released 5 months ago, Bespin shared that the Acolyte was initially planned for the second quarter of 2024, and from what he had heard months before, but that it suffered a delay into the summertime. You want to sing summertime? You want to give a little 15-second?
You're the singer of the group.
Oh, with Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince?
Yeah, it's your jam.
Summertime.
Okay.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Right, that shit.
So I think I just identified Collider's source for this story. It was DJ Jazzy Jeff's song in 1993.
No, don't he puts bananas in the tailpipe. You don't rip off scoops.
Wait, that's Axel Foley. You get your blacks confused
stole
again?
That. No, he stole that. That's what he did.
Wait. DJ Jazzy Jeff did the tailpipe first.
Yeah, no. He stole that. But that was his thing in the show. He would put the banana in the tail.
Oh, so he Axel Foley'd after Axel Foley.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
last Halloween, man, on his stream, he did a great. It was last year. He had his wife dress up like Hillary, and then they did the whole. He actually did the whole him being thrown out the door again. He did a green screen where he's on the front lawn of the mansion. It was super fun.
That wasn't very Coletta of her. All right. At the time, I didn't know specifically when and still don't. I merely speculated that it could take, or Bespin merely I decided I'm going to try to change eyes to Bespin so it doesn't sound like it's me saying it for the people who listen to the podcast. Anyways, Bespin merely speculated that it could take the August release window that the second season of Andor was targeting, given that Lucasfilm seemed to like the window, as both seasons of Andor were both planned for August release, and Ahsoka season 1 released in August last year. It was on my birthday, man. Why didn't you put that? Why didn't you put Jason Ward's
I couldn't
birthday?
remember the release date.
You didn't remember my birthday.
He's not 40. Okay.
I did.
So okay, we gotta pause it.
Your birthday to wish you happy birthday. Just
You did. No, and I had a test for something else I'm doing, and he very sweetly texted me before my test and said good luck. So that's a real bud. But what do you call it? Azatru fucking rocked Rob, and it was a burn on me. But by proxy, Rob is at war with Azatru now. This is a complete side thing. What was it? He was talking about Ghostbusters, and we're like,
we were talking about like Ghostbusters to Azatru and why he doesn't like it, because he likes franchises from like years ago, and then he just screamed at us that he's not 40.
Well, I love Azatru,
but in fairness, we were like ripping him. So he just like had an outburst, even though I'm not 40 either. But like,
you're like the same age, pretty much.
He did that move the kid does at the schoolyard when too many people are picking on, where he takes a backpack and he does the whirlwind, right?
Yeah,
he's trying to get.
Helicopter
he was trying
backpack.
to hit all of us at once. Yeah, he was trying to helicopter us all at once, and right.
Do you think we could have done him? We could have got him to do that move where he punches himself in the nose, so that way the bully can't.
That's what happened. It came around and hit him in the face.
I look forward to the day that Rob like gets on Fortnite with Azatru, because it hasn't happened since the 40 comment.
Have they been avoiding each other? What do you think? I mean, what's your read on that?
Yeah, he did come on yesterday after
as soon as
Rob went.
Yeah, as soon as Rob went.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
You don't want the smoke, Rob. He doesn't want the smoke.
I suspect the victory royales went up after I left, though.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I did. One man.
We got one, right?
We got two yesterday. I stopped counting.
Yeah,
we got two yesterday. Anyways, Bespin merely speculated that it could take the August release window that the second season of Andor was targeting, given that Lucasfilm seemed to like that window. August is merely speculation, and outside of summer, Bespin doesn't know when Acolyte will air. His first report from September also mentioned that Skeleton Crew wouldn't release until the fall of 2024, closer to November.
Just to clarify why I'm writing this paragraph, it's just in case that this shit happens in like 3 months' time.
That's why I tweeted
it. Reminder.
That's why I did a tweet, so that way they can't go, oh, well, it was buried on hour 2 of a 4-hour show in September or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll do the tweet, and then that way we're all on the same page.
You guys write everything on a website. Like these guys, I don't know how. Yeah, we talk about this stuff on the show, but everything's written on a website with you two. Like it's.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely no excuse. It's just once again, it's just I've had that kind of thing used before, and it's just there you go.
You know what gets buried on this show? Me. All right, that's what.
Well, you kind of deserve it.
Well, true, but still.
Yeah. Closer to November is what he was saying for Acolyte, and from what I was hearing was backed up November for the Skeleton Crew, backed up in November last year by a report by Making Star Wars. Yeah. My sources said after Halloween, so the Jack Skellington times between Halloween and Christmas. So my sources, for the record, just to reiterate in case you don't remember or your collider don't remember or don't know specifically what the release date is. I have a feeling that maybe there wasn't a specific one entirely hammered down when I was getting that information, to be honest. Maybe
there wasn't
it is now.
One hammered down when I heard about it. It was just a year, like November.
Yeah. So it's a window. It's a little window. And and also by the same measure, I've had very specific like dates for the release of shows before. and they have changed by a week many times. Like whenever I've had them, they've been a week after or a week before. It's always a window. Yeah. and until they,
it is weird though to release one series and then 3 months later another, right? You'd think they'd want to do a May and November, not like an August, November. That's so weird to me. Like,
well, they were gonna do May for Acolyte, like from what I heard, it was gonna do that. It just pushed it a bit.
Yeah.
You know, like but they have done reshoots though, so maybe the reshoots factored into the slight delay. I don't know.
Or maybe it's a dumb idea. Like,
man, it would be cool to see something from the reshoot someday. Anyways, the same report mentioned that I'd heard Andor season 2 had been delayed until early 2025. And this was backed up by Jermaine Lucier of Gizmodo. And I gotta say, Jermaine, I think, is a very honorable dude. He's a good guy as far as everything I've ever known about him has been cool.
He's fresh and fresh.
And but he didn't give Bespin any credit on that one, and I was a little bummed by that. I don't know, maybe it was just an oversight, but knowing Jermaine, it was probably just an oversight. So anyways, now we have Collider sharing that Acolyte will air this summer. I'm happy to see that other reputable outlets, don't go too far there, Bespin Bulletin. I don't know about the ethics of it, have been hearing what I have. This year is shaping up to be a fun one for Star Wars fans, with 2 live-action series in the form of Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, a video game in Star Wars Outlaws, and the 3rd season of the animated series Star Wars The Bad Batch. Personally, I'm more excited to see the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew after seeing the trailers for both at Star Wars Celebration last year, especially the Acolyte, given the creatives involved, their production and tone of the series. The Acolyte,
the usual shit.
This is just that.
So, before we read this SEO paragraph,
is it a mystery thriller? What are you going to say? No. Okay, go ahead.
So on the hot mic yesterday, Snyder and them were saying that the Acolyte was set 50 years before. It's been moved to 50.
It hasn't. True? No, it hasn't. It could be. It's between 50 and 100, and there has been conflicting specificities about what that time is over all of this, and but the show takes place at the very tail end of the High Republic era. So when you get into the comics and stuff, you're seeing pure High Republic era. When you get into the the Acolyte series, we are tipping into the Phantom Menace. So that those designs are an amalgamation of the High Republic aesthetics with the Phantom Menace aesthetics. It's not going to be purely, as our buddy really wants, all white robed Jedi like they're in ancient Greece. It's more prequel-esque. It's more of a prequel-esque
brown robes
aesthetic.
Slightly, everyone's wearing brown robes now.
I'm gonna brown. I'll take honey mustard, if you will. Honey mustard.
Man, so I have tried to find this stuff, Jason. It disappeared. But around 2006 to 2008, someone had photoshopped really, really well. Photoshopped, by the way.
My back itches.
Kimono style like garb with all the Jedi from the prequels, like those publicity stills they originally did, but they actually put had they actually gone with like more samurai style gear with like different colors and patterns, it was so fucking good, dude. Like I was like that. So that's I wish I could have found it. Yeah, I've spent years. Someone has it out there. Let me know.
Want to hear
send it to me?
Well, want to hear my theory on the old Acolyte timeline?
Yeah,
I think it is going to take place, the majority of it, around 50 years before the Phantom Menace. But I think that there could be flashbacks that go back to that 100-year mark, and that's where I think this game of undefined timeline is coming in, because I do think I think we may see stuff that may pertain maybe to the Sith guys and what they're doing like at the very start of that, and then we're seeing like the culmination of phase 1, and then we'll see like Palpatine and being the phase 2 of the Sith grander plan. I think that's where it might
Snyder
be going.
Said something else I wanted to bring up to you too to see what you think. Was he said that that the execs or whoever, the powers that be at Disney, saw the series and wanted to push away from the bad guys being the lead and more into a hero story than the bad guys being the heroes thing. That was the shift.
I haven't heard anything about a shift.
No.
At all.
Okay.
So not saying it's not accurate or whatever. but what I think might, if that is accurate, what I think it might be is that we might have our hero, our protagonist, seem to be good, and then maybe take a little bit of an Anakin turn as this goes on. I just have a hard time with the show being called The Acolyte. And not being the bad guy Acolyte as opposed to the good guy one.
We know
they had a show called Ahsoka, and she wasn't in half of it, so I don't.
Well,
yeah, she was.
We know about the Acolyte in the sense of like, a Stenberg is looking for revenge on at least a Jedi, right?
Yeah,
and we know from Daphne Keen's comments that the Sith have already, infiltrated the Jedi Order, right?
Right.
So I don't think we'll be seeing the perspective necessarily of like a Sith. Obviously, I think the Amanda Stenberg character is more diverse than that. They're no longer a Padawan, they're no longer a Jedi, but they are likely on the Sith at the beginning of it.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
yeah,
we did have a series called Kenobi, and he wasn't in half of it. So
yeah. Come on, here you go again. But we end up with we know. Okay, a couple of things on that though. Is that we know that the Sith go around and they essentially use corporations against democracy. That's one of the things that they do. We've seen the Trade Federation guys in the trailer. They're definitely into it. So the Sith infiltrating the Republic, we know that from what we know from the Phantom Menace side of things, it's done entirely using capitalism, essentially. And so in this story here,
political now.
Yeah, in this story, I think we're going to probably end up seeing how that right there kind of like maybe plays out. Maybe we're going to see like the infiltration happen, about how did the Sith actually take over the Trade Federation and get them in the pocket and stuff like that. That's kind of where I think it's going. But that's
to quote Royal Fino, we did have a show called Book of Boba Fett, and he was really not even half of it, right, Jason? Right?
Well, it was an episode where he didn't show where it wasn't in it, but
not even in half of it. So it does happen. I
don't know, man. What do you? I mean, I guess you need to re-up, dude. I guess you need to re-up. By the way, my friend Chris Spreezy here is starting his Star Wars channel. As soon as he does a show, I'll be on it. And whenever he's ready. And when he does, but so make sure to follow Star Wars Spreezy, I believe is the title. I saw some of the art. It looked good.
Oh, I am watching that show. It's going to be the best looking Star Wars show. He'll be the best looking Star Wars pundit on YouTube.
What I love about Chris, though, in our conversations, is he's my buddy who gets carried away, and I'm curious to see where this goes. I want to know, show.
Will he play tennis on the show, like live? Will he do it playing tennis? He goes, and then the Acolytes come up, right? Like in November. Like,
I mean, maybe we could be like those guys in the 80s and play some wall ball, a little bit of wall ball, like with like fucking headbands on and shit. And we'll be like,
that shit's fun though. I got it. Like wall ball is great.
But remember, like in the 80s, there would be like some like RoboCop style corporate villains, like they'd be playing it and they're like, yeah, and that's when I'm gonna fucking put the toxic waste in that kid's fucking asshole. Like it was always shit like that. It was always like really extreme, like American Psycho style shit.
No,
so
Jason, not at my school. I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, I watch a lot of Full Moon Entertainment movies. By the way, I got the Full Moon Entertainment channel. I'm watching all the Puppet Master movies. I'm having a great time with my life. Chris, I wear shorts just for you. I do not want to see one of your prune faces is hanging out the side of the shorts, bud. Okay, that will get your show demonetized. But AKG, welcome back.
For the money, boo 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 boo.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I think has gone went a little under the radar and was like easily forgotten was I talked a little bit about that Scoobius Pip dude being in Acolyte, and that was when they were filming on those islands. Was it the Canary Islands, Bespin? That they were filming?
They were in Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah. Yeah, they were filming out there, and that guy did not look like anything from.
No.
He looked like. We saw that dude and a bunch of other dudes, and that was with one dude I could positively ID in this photo from a set photo, And in it, it looked like fucking almost like Mad Max meets Star Wars a little bit. I'm not saying it's gonna be that. Don't start doing tweets saying the Acolyte is Mad Max meets Star Wars. Not what I'm fucking saying. Just what these actors
Acolyte's
look
Mad
like.
Max meets Star Wars. Oh shit!
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna go. Then we go put that on X.
Yeah, right. But yeah, but I mean,
Maybe
you
some
know,
outlet can report that as exclusive.
there we go. But yeah, I mean, it was like, you know, very piratey is what I would say, and not like the Andor. I mean, sorry, the Mandalorian pirates that we saw attacking Navarro, like actual like Mad Max style fucking pirates, you know, like vest and shit, like brown and stuff. You know what I mean? Like real Star Wars scumbag in a cool way. And so, anyways, so that show is going to have elements of things that
scumbags.
I would say so. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say yeah. Collectively, we're pretty much Star Wars scumbags. It should be our new show, Star Wars scumbags.
And we
That's
scum
it.
SCUMM, like the Lucas Arts game engine that powered Maniac Mansion. We're scumbags. See?
The other day, I was
keep it
doing
nerdy.
this. I was doing a fucking test, and I'm like doing the written part of the test. And as I'm doing it, I just had motherfucking Starboy in my head the whole time. I could not get motherfucking Starboy out of my head as I was doing the test. And I was like, so after I got out of the test, I had to listen to it. So anyway,
I was rewatching some Sifl and Ollie, and they were doing a song about indigenous people, and they called him Chewbacca, like something or other. So, yeah, it's just a nice little drop there.
oh, Baymax dropped a little bit of Star Wars. I think he made a point in a conversation that I was reading the other day. I saw him say it, and it was like saying Star Wars fans in a collective, like on a holistic way, is about as meaningless as saying the American people. And I was like, that's fair.
Or the American dream.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the American dream has. Oh God, I don't. Are you? Did you get my mail, Rick? Rick says I failed the herpes test. Did you get my mail? Oh fuck. Because when the doctor called me.
When this show gets collected on DVD, I want that quote right on the box. You know?
Well, when the doctor called me and said you got herpes, I said no, you got herpes, and I hung up on him. So
we should do a Kickstarter, Jason, where we put all these shows on a box DVD set, right?
How many fucking DVDs would that take? So 3,000 disc set.
What you want your you want it on physical media before this gets deleted forever, don't you?
Yeah, all you physical media nerds, how about you put your money where your mouth is and fucking buy the show on DVD?
We're gonna collect them on VCD resolution. So at 240p, we could put a whole bunch of these on a DVD. Like, you know,
so you make some UMDs out of it.
Oh yeah, UMDs. There we go.
Could. I would stamp those tonight if I could.
But if you want to make sure we answer your question on the show, you could give a super chat. It's always appreciated, and we will answer. We will have
$1 ain't enough. $1 ain't enough.
Oh, $1 ain't enough.
I'm gonna shame you now.
I give 5. I give 5 a month.
Hey. But also being a channel member like my buddy Baymax and my buddy Skywalker's Academy and many others here, Mumbo Jimbo, those are the ways to support the show regularly. And also, like when channel members ask a question, they've already super chatted. So if they super chat on top of being a channel member, it's just because they're fucking grateful.
Oh, are we going to harass them for super chats? Now it's my favorite part of the Roka show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, we don't do nothing for $1.
Remember that time fucking Chris Breezy gave him $100 and they didn't answer his questions?
Every time John Roka complains about not getting super chats, I'm like, dude gave him $100. He didn't even read it.
He didn't fucking said no. I can't be bothered.
It's every show at this point. He even did it yesterday to start. It's fun to be watching only two Streamlabs or whatever he said. Like, it's like, come on, man. It's hard times.
For the love of love of what do you do?
So, anyways, yeah. So that was.
John. I love that guy.
Let's go over. Yeah, no, I mean, fucking cite us when you need to, but well, nobody can stop you. I
can draw whatever I want to draw. You can't make me.
I mean, you should. I think I'm kind of offended you didn't maybe draw us on like
I already
Star
Wars
Valentine's Day date together.
I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. That's corporate shill bullshit. I don't do that.
Yeah, well, my heart doesn't fucking care about that because all the other girls are getting that and I'm not getting that. So
the last time
anyways.
I tried to celebrate Valentine's Day, I took a girl to go see Daredevil with Ben Affleck, and boy, did that go horribly wrong.
I don't know the last time I celebrated Valentine's Day. I'm like trying to think of it. Like I'm like Rob. I don't really do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't really need an excuse to show my love. That said, I always get into the thing of when you don't do it, then they feel like they've missed out. So that's why I do it.
It depends
You know
on the
what I mean?
person. Like,
But don't get me wrong, my wife gets flowers because I don't want to. I'm not stupid, But
Yeah,
well, maybe
you
I'm
just
just
cover
stupid
your
'cause
base.
I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, but you're a real man. We're just boys masquerading as men, and
only one here not divorced.
I never got married, so I don't plan to.
Yeah. Well, you got me there. I don't have a comeback from it.
I have
over
I have
40.
all the conversations that I need to have
Give it time.
beforehand.
One day you'll get that Sydney Sweeney when she's on her way out, right? You'll get that. And
On her way out,
you
like,
could,
she's just
Damn, you went right on the way out.
Yeah. Well, it's a high
you had
turnover
Jason
industry.
like last week telling me I could pull Vanessa Hudgens and Jen Ortega types, and then you got
I
Rob
think you
saying,
could. You believe in yourself.
No,
I don't
that's
believe
what-
in myself.
Well,
Like
no,
I don't
yeah.
surprised my wife found me.
I mean, I'm just saying, in Southern California, the Hudgens and that. I mean, you can do it. You can do it here. I mean, not famous ones. The ones who are famous won't give you the time of day.
no.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, it's completely possible. It
Yeah.
is. I mean, I'm a fucking monster, and I've gotten the vicinity. I believe in you, man. That's all I'm
You
saying.
gotta play an instrument though, Batspin. That's the trick.
Man, you know what though? I never made that work for me. I'm like, whenever I've played shows, I've just been like all about it, and then I was never the Motley Crue band. I was more in
but you're not doing Motley because you're doing the. I'm not belittling your music. I'm just saying, it's songs.
I'm not doing girls.
Right.
I'm doing.
It's like I draw cartoons. Like when they're like, you draw, and I'm like, you don't want to know what I draw.
Yeah, you're not painting Kate Winslet's big ass fucking titties on the Titanic.
I'm not James Cameron.
No, you're fucking it's a whole different game.
If I can and I don't mean like write a letter, but if I can like write to them, so like through text or whatever,
do not
I'm pretty confident. No. I'm pretty confident that I can like get pretty far.
Oh yeah, no, that's
like,
that's 90.
My like word, like you can say my writing on the website is shit or whatever, but like when I'm on a mission to like get what I need, I'll write like a motherfucker.
Hey, Costanza pulled Marissa Tomei. That's why I believe you could do it, husband. All right.
Yeah. The girl that I go out with and stuff like that. One time she told me, she was just like, you put yourself at the top of the list just because you were able to verbally or to communicate in text, whereas most of these fucking guys just can't even formulate an idea in writing. So I was like, okay, I'm
pretty good with my words and emotions and like describing things.
Yeah.
So I get like pretty far off of that.
Right.
Oh, like Rob had a smile. He knew exactly what I meant when I said describing things.
So. I pray my wife outlives me because there's no way.
You're like so it's like this, like, girl.
I'll write all the text for you, Rob, if you want.
So you're like imagine this, girl. I just dropped the biggest spoiler of 2024. We're having champagne. We're partying. Vince McMahon is there. He's shitting on your head. He's not letting you go, but I'm making eye contact, and the fact that I will still be there for you after that means it's real. No?
Oh my God! Someone say shitter!
Oh no! It's Filoni McMahon.
I love posting on Shitter. That's my favorite website, Jason.
It's called X now. They're called excrements.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right on my head. I like to put all them little shit tweets on my head. Know what I'm saying? I just leave them there all day. That's how I know.
Oh man.
How y'all doing? You all waiting for my 2 movies? They coming. And now I'm on direct Avatar 7, 8, and 69. We just jumping right to the 69.
You want to know something, Dave? I thought about you the other day because I was reading this James Cameron interview, and he was saying, he was like, "Oh, I have ideas for was it 6 and 7 or 7 and 8? I can't remember. It's fucking Avatar 3 million.
7, it's 8 and 69. We doing a time jump. stuff.
Well, he
so.
said other people would do those ones. He's like, those are the ones.
Yeah.
But I
He was
I
being a
had
little
a
racial though, I think, when he said the other people.
the
but, yeah.
only guy I've ever heard like wax poetic about Avatar as much as Rob, that weirdo on the show, is you. When that movie came out, I mean, that was definitely Dave Filoni's favorite movie of that year. Dave Filoni, maybe that'll be when he jumps away from Star Wars. Maybe it'll be to do an Avatar.
I literally tattooed Catboy and Aurebesh on my lower back, Jason. Okay, so you know what I mean. Like, I'm ready, James. Go sign me up. I can swim, so I'm good there. I can hold my breath, so I'm good there. And I look amazing in a little witty thong. You know what I'm saying? So I can direct it. I can do it. All right. Well, I just want to do kiss, kiss, love, love. I got to get back to making my movies. Right. So I just hope y'all like my little logo I put out there. I typed it myself, did it in like 5 minutes. It was no big deal. You know what I mean? So I just hope y'all appreciate it. Okay.
Zach says being in a band is a cheat code. Been in HXC band since high school and it's unreal. Also, having any pull on socials in the music space is insane. You can basically pull anyone with a BBL. Yeah, like in my bands that I was in, I've been made up almost music exclusively with one person the entire time. And when we were young, he looked like the brother from Boy Meets World. So he was the Paul McCartney of the band. If you will. Anyways, oh yeah, yesterday we had an interesting conversation about just a side thing about, do you have internal monologue? Like, do you hear a voice that verbalizes your thoughts?
Going on in my life today, by the way.
You just heard my internal monologue, Jason. It's not good.
Yeah. Do you guys in the chat like have internal monologue, or do you guys like how do you guys think? Because that's just so weird. That's weird to me. You know, it's so different. And like we were talking about some other stuff, like how you perceive time and stuff like that. Like certain South American cultures like don't have a word for future. The future is always seen as having been in the past. It's interesting how brains work and consciousnesses. But anyways, yeah, I have internal monologue. It's like the fucking Wonder Years. It's like an idiotic Wonder Years in my brain all the time. But all right, let's go on to the Andor article. Did I put the Andor article on the screen?
Is it the Mando article we gotta do? The June?
Well, okay. Do we already do Andor? No, we haven't done Andor real quick.
I don't even know what we're doing.
Okay,
I asked you what the topic of the show was, and you texted me something about Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
So,
no, yeah.
So
I said I think the booty is underrated and everybody pays attention to her chest, and I don't think that's right because I think she collectively is more than just her boobs. All right, today is the last day.
About Paul Rudd, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Paul Rudd. You know, I who was the other guy from the other movie he was in with the Puggle? I Love You, Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's better than Paul Rudd.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, if I was gonna marry a guy, I think I would marry Jason Segel. We'd be like the Jason.
I saw like TikTok is ripping the shit out of Paul Rudd the other day.
Really?
They're saying he's like now hit a wall where he's aging like milk left out in the sun.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they look like when they're 50.
I'm sure he's still slaying and is really upset about it.
I think it's just like he had a weird look. Like he's just got a mustache now, his hair's grown out, and he has a bit of stubble. So I was just like,
yeah, when you're a dude and you shave, like if I shave my face, I'm gonna look 10 years younger. Like he turns you into like a little baby, so he probably grew facial hair and there's being.
I look like Crispin Glover with Down syndrome when I shave. It's not good.
Okay, well, that's.
I haven't shaved in like it's gotta be over 10 years now.
Really?
Yeah, I've had a beard for like a long time. I can't go back.
I just fuck it up and then have to shave it.
You got like a baby face though, right, buddy? I bet you do.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, Jason, I don't got a baby face, right? Like,
yeah, when you shave that off, I guarantee you got a little baby face.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think I look old.
You think so?
I know you do.
You think you look old?
I think I look way older than like what I am. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think you look young, but Chris Breezy just became a channel member, so thank you, Chris Breezy. Thank you for supporting the show. And when Chris Breezy can have channel members, I'll be a channel member. Here we go. Okay, so there was just a quote. We'll just do the quote from Diego, right, from the article, because we kind of already hit on the other stuff.
It's not even a real like quote, is it? It's just like
yeah.
a guy to trade's interpretation of what he said. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I
no, he
didn't hear the
said,
call.
well, no, Diego Luna on Instagram. He was like, today,
yeah. Diego Luna, yeah, he wrapped it. Yeah.
yeah, today is the last day of filming on Andor. I could not be more thankful to the entire crew for this amazing experience and the years of hard work. More than 700 people worked on this production, and it's impossible to say goodbye and thank you to everyone individually, which is why I write here. Thank you for the love and wonderful experience. See you soon. So right there. So
I think he's a nice
Andor,
guy. Like, you know, there's a lot of
yes.
people in Hollywood who are dicks. We know some Star Wars actors from behind the scenes who can be dicks. But
Oh yeah.
I think he's probably one of the really
Ian
nice ones.
McDiarmid.
Without
No,
yeah.
he wasn't one
No.
for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I won't share any of the stories. I have heard several stories of crew members who he has done nice things for during the production and after the production. He's a very pleasant guy to work with. There's other huge ones, yeah, that from big shows. I do not have the logo on the screen right now of that show. Not at all.
Nope.
Not the one I'm talking about. Not at all. It's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying it's the Mandalorian and Grogu. But yeah, where they're like, oh, it's kind of a dick. You know, he's fine, kind of a dick though. And but I've never heard anything like that about Diego Luna. Diego appears to be a real motherfucker. And
one for real.
One time I saw him at a dispensary and I was like, that's my fucking boy right there. All right, here we go. Bob Iger
I like
confirmed.
how you go and meet fucking Diego Luna and Hugh McGregor, and I'm stuck with the guy who did the voice of Jar Jar's mate. Like,
oh man, yeah, that's true. That is true. That's kind of cool though. I mean, Captain Tarples, you know,
Captain Tarples.
Captain Tarples. Jar Jar, you want big doo doo this time? You know what I mean? Come on, that's quotable.
He goes, Bespin, you have baby face, big doo doo. You're like, oh no, he talks like that for real. That's not an accent. He just, no wonder he never got any more roles.
God, I always remember this this moment when Brian Blessed was like doing an interview, and they're all, "Who do you play?" And he's all, "I play King Chaos, King of the Gungans." And like King Chaos was there, and I was like, "Did they tell him he was King Chaos and he was actually, Boss Nass?" I don't know. It's a mystery. All right. Bob Iger confirms Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu will release in 2026.
Hold on. We can find out, Jason. We can find out. All right.
No,
hey, George. Yeah. I told him he was Captain Chaos, and he never saw Cannonball Run, Jason. So yeah, he's kind of stupid. So he believed me. That's really funny. Got him a little cape. Had him run around set. Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
Hey, George, what do you think about this Mandalorian and Grogu logo? This lopsided ass shit.
Well, I mean, there's a reason I quit. You know, like, why try, right? Who cares?
I like the name that you gave for Grogu better. That was a much better one. Yeah, it was better.
Yeah, little shitter. Yeah,
little shitter.
Yeah. Well, Lil, L-I-L. No, not little, Lil.
What do you think, Rob?
Should they used to call Opie on set? You know, when we're making graffiti. Yeah,
how do you make this logo better, Rob? Do you make the Mandalorian small and Grogu big? Like, how do you make this not look like a fucking Art Nouveau piece? I don't know what the fuck is going on with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't the best at text. We would have to break that by De Palma. He would know what to do.
Sorry, George. I was talking to Rob. Yeah. You need to go.
Oh,
yeah, but so it's a Rob question.
No. Well, I mean, I think an Etch-a-Sketch could produce a better result.
George, go to the mall and eat some Panda Express. That's what you want to do. That's what you want. That's why you.
Valentine Day. You know, that's what I do normally.
Yeah. Eat some Panda.
Right. Oh, eat some Panda. All right, bye.
So no. Is this logo for some reason? I have like a response to it that I do not like. And am I crazy, or is this? I mean, I know it's like a temporary placeholder kind of thing, but it's kind of shit, right?
You're setting me up for this one.
Oh, should I not? Is that like a bad? Is that what you don't do in the biz? You know, do you not like Do not shit on others' logos in the biz kind of
He
thing.
put it on fucking Instagram, Jason. He's past that point.
Oh, okay, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So don't act all
Jason doesn't follow
professional.
my socials. Jason doesn't follow my socials. Jason
No, I
doesn't
don't
my
follow
socials.
anybody's. I haven't been on the internet really. I've been staying away from it, trying to live my best
Right.
life.
Well, man, look, I'm not saying this is the way to go. What I'm saying is if you're going to do a 20-minute logo, you may as well
Wait, a
just
20-minute logo? You mean like they only spent 20 minutes making it?
They did. They
Yeah.
have the font. They literally typed it up. They had this gradient is a Photoshop or an Illustrator like effect. They already have this pre-made. So I'm saying if you're going that route, then well, shucks, what happened?
What? Did we lose you?
No. I was gonna 1 second. Let me
Oh, okay.
how do I do this?
You know, I don't know what you're doing, so it's a mystery
Right.
to us.
Just turn an image on the screen.
Share screen.
Yeah.
That's
Want me
pretty
to take mine down so that way you can put yours up? Does that help? Maybe that helps.
There.
Mm-hmm.
So I myself did a 20-minute sketch,
Yeah.
like just drawing over. The
Oh, that's
logo,
beautiful.
right?
That's
Look,
beautiful.
by just looking at what
Rob,
they previously did.
Can I
right?
have that for the show so we can use it on the featured images when we cover it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we can. So like I'm just saying, folks, if you're gonna spend 20 minutes,
Yeah.
you could really get this. So it's hey, the Mandalorian, and then you put the little Grogu silhouette, and you're done.
Yeah.
Like it's not a big deal. Fits right on the box. So
Right. Yeah, that logo is better, Rob. Good work.
no, this will cost me a job. Somehow they'll be mad I did this.
Yeah. Oh, no,
You'll
the
never
person who
work
made
for us again.
yeah, the person who made this one is like, oh fuck that guy, blacklist him. But yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, like if I was doing the shirts, I would make this anyway and be like, "Can we just do this one?"
Yeah.
And they would say, "No, don't change our licensing, Rob." They've done that to me before, so I'm like, "All right." I used to do it all the time. They hate me, so
yeah. Well, it's a natural reaction to you, but
I mean, look. I mean, here's the thing. I'm unimpressed with 99% of marketing at any studio these days.
I'm easy. I'm like,
I know
the Orlando one. I'm like, fine, yeah, I get what it is. I just, like I said, that one, it just feel like it's gonna go.
But there is
tip
look,
over,
and I'm saying you don't have to just do things they've already done before in Star Wars past. They have graphic designers who are brilliant. They can come up with a totally new look. You know what I mean? But I just feel like marketing departments as they exist now, and don't take my word for it that I think they suck. Go read Drew Struzan's The Art of Drew Struzan book, where he talks about Lucasfilm's marketing starting around 2003 with Attack of the Clones and with Revenge of the Sith, and what they did to his poster. And going from there to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and his just complete hatred of
Attack of the Saucermen.
Yeah, it wasn't good. This is just, I mean, just squint your eyes. Like, all you do is look at the big blank spot on the left.
Yeah. That's what I go. I'm like, what is that going to be like? Mandalorian, Cara Dune, and Grogu, and they're like they're going to reveal it later. It's going to like fade in.
And look, does the average person care? Probably not. But what I would say is, you should care. The studio is incumbent upon them to care. I think packaging and logos and the fun of it and making it all feel like it's part of a big serialized adventure is part of the fun of Star Wars. It's been that way since the beginning. Like George set that tone. And so
do you think that they're unfazed at this point just because it's likely a placeholder image?
It is a placeholder image.
Yeah,
they just typed it up in 20, but I'm telling you could have typed up a better one using the same fonts in 20 minutes. And it's not like we got, man, when I did shirts, dude, sometimes I had to do a whole package in like an hour, and that's like 13 shirts,
that'd be cool though on your shirt right there, because like if you have like one hard nipple, that'll pop up in the black space right here, and you can see the one hard nipple, and then you won't see the other one. You're like, oh, that's kind of sexy. It leaves a little bit to the imagination.
And so like when you're stuck with those time limits, they don't care if you're like, well, this still had to be good, Rob. We know you only had an hour, but it still had to be amazing. It had to be like if you had a week. I'm like, but I did have a week. I had an hour. Like that is, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just saying there are other obvious ways one can do this that they've already figured shit out on. You know what I mean? And they don't have to overthink it. And like, I just, what do
Yeah.
you read? What do you read with this? What stand? It
Well,
doesn't. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, and I'm with KG. That is probably, if that is the title that they use when the movie comes out, it is the worst Star Wars title of a Star Wars film of
No,
all
Solo's still the
time.
worst. Solo's still the
No,
worst.
you know what? I actually
Solo's
disagree.
still the worst.
Solo, just calling the movie Solo is like fine, you know, even Solo, a Star Wars story. And you were able to drop the Star Wars story moniker. It's called Solo. You're like, fine. Rogue One, fine. But the Mandalorian and Grogu, oh, that one right there, that is a bad Star Wars title.
Well, that's why they're only going to call it the Mandalorian, which is why I said if you put that in red, look, they use it on the packaging. It's not like they haven't done this before. I'll have the Razor Crest. It has the Mandalorian and the Jedi red with the serif font, not the big bold one, but it has that Jedi serif font with the chrome Star Wars logo around. They've already done this. Like, I just don't understand.
That was when
whatever.
That's why I jumped off the I was kind of on the I was wanted them to make the vintage collection toys with the logos on it, because I wanted to see like, oh, what would a Phantom Menace logo have looked like had they done it and so on. But every single one was doing this, and I'm like, sorry, but Phantom Menace is like, it's like a purple. It's not a red. You know what I mean though? Like Revenge of the Sith is the red one. Attack of the Clones,
these fan ones aren't that great. You know what I mean? Like when you go into this stuff, like there's all sorts of, like, this is a first pass, but like you need, where is it? This doesn't want below the layers. You need to like, there's things like you have to like separate with this sort of thing, you know, to like give it proper space and stuff. But like, there is a version, Jason, of this sort of thing where you could do it, you know, Mando, like you know, the Star Wars, you know what I mean, like the text, you know, like there's all different
that
ways.
Kind of reminds me of Metallica, kind of like a Metallica logo.
I know Jason would run that logo as is. He's like, no changes.
Mando.
That's Jason. But it's just like, I don't know. You can't do red and green because it'll look like Christmas. Like putting a little green dude in there would be a bad idea. You know, like that doesn't work. You know,
it's kind of funny when you think about it, because like Star Wars are ostensibly war films, right? They're fantasy war films, and when you imagine like Dam Busters, oh fuck yeah, that's a fucking title. But if Disney were making it, it'd be like fucking Adolf and Patton. You know what I mean? Like that's what the fucking movie would be called.
Busters, right?
Oh shit.
Right.
Dam Busters, Frozen Empire.
The Dam Busters, right?
Yeah. The Dam Busters.
How you phrase that matters, right?
So, all right. Let's get back to the story. Before we go really quickly onto the story, they wanted to know, what do you think of the Fantastic Four logo?
Oh, I love it. I thought that's the way to go. With the 60s is a way. I was afraid they were going to go with the hard metal techno look. Yeah. So going with that 60s vibe, especially that Cinescope Marvel style like logo, right? With the little 60s thing, really good. So yeah. So that may just be, you know, something they did for the Valentine's Day bit, but I hope it isn't. I hope they lean more into the 60s with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Well, it's weird that Fantastic Four gets that amazing art for their announcement, and we got that for ours. Good work, Lucasfilm. Keep it up. Keep those late nights going, boys.
I just want to say, I don't blame the artists. I want to be very clear. I was clear in my
of course
post.
not. They probably gave them 10 minutes and were like, write this up. And
I said the studio heads and art directors can do better.
Yeah.
This always falls on people in the position of making decisions. I have no doubt someone at an artist level pitched a better sketch and they went with that stuff. I have no doubt. You know,
I could understand not, you know, because you want to make a splash with the logo that you're going to reveal later. I could see downplaying the announcement one, so the real one, when it comes, it gets all of that like you know, but the thing about it is, in this instance, is we're gonna have so much time between the film and now that shit logo is what's going to be plastered all over YouTube and the internet for the entirety of the
The
pre-production.
promo
And
poster will be this picture of Mando holding Grogu like flying, and in the bottom that logo was designed so it could sit on the bottom right hand corner. You know what I mean? Like it's
studies
just
have shown children are idiots, and they'll just go, "I want to see Mandalorian Grogu." Like that's how it fucking plays. It's so dumb. But anyways,
right. But again, if you don't think logos and stuff matter, one of the reasons why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles took off was that cartoon logo. Yeah. I mean, that cartoon logo is way better than the comic book logo. Like it's not even close, like that.
It's one of the few times the shit
logo,
cartoon made huge contributions to it that were actually good. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Like the Ghostbusters symbol sold the movie, man. Like it just like, yeah, there's lessons to be learned. The Transformers logo
did you
great.
have
the GoBoss logo sucks? Like
did you have the shirt in 84, the Ghostbusters one? I had the baby blue, like the baby blue one. I had the baby blue. Yeah,
everyone wore baby blue in the 80s, man.
Yeah, it's like
the 80s color.
I also had a baby blue shirt that said Jason on it, and then some kid got kidnapped or something, and they used like the name on there to say like, "Hey, little Robbie, come here." So then my parents threw my shirt away. I was pretty mad. Anyways, yesterday during a Disney earnings call, this is from bestmanbulletin.com, Bob Iger and the company made a handful of announcements. This was before.
Put up the screen.
This is like 84. This is like 84.
Put up the screen.
Put up the screen.
There we go.
During the earnings call, the eye of the Iger and the company made a handful of announcements, such as confirming release dates and windows for various upcoming films, mostly sequels, including Frozen 3, Toy Story 5, Moana 2, and Zootopia 2. Side note, a friend in the industry told me that there's likely going to be an animation strike coming, and those movies aren't going to make their windows if they don't fucking change a couple of things. Anyways, within the bevy of announcements, Iger shared a brief, and I mean brief, update on the recently announced Star Wars theatrical film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Iger read something that was first revealed in the Mandalorian and Grogu announcement from last month. The film, set to be directed by Jon Favreau, will lead the Star Wars film slate. Currently, there's 3 Star Wars dates on the Disney calendar: May 22nd, 2026, December 18th, 2026, and December 17th, 2027. Lucasfilm or Disney have not publicly committed to what Star Wars project will release on what date. However, given that Iger and the initial announcement from The Mandalorian and Grogu claimed it would lead the film slate, you'd assume that Mando and Grogu would take the May 2026 window. So, I must mention that I personally did not listen to the call, so I don't know exactly what Iger's exact wording was, but a 2026 release and it'll lead the slate was said. In an ex-post from the Hollywood Reporter's Boris Kitt, a respected journalist who was listening in shared that the film will likely release in 2026. So when he said likely, that's when I was like,
I don't know if it's Boris saying it's likely, or if it's Iger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's the issue.
I was like, I remember I was online when that was going down.
Yeah,
and I believe it's likely. He said likely. And I was just like, oh, fucking hell.
But no matter what, they didn't commit a date to it.
No.
Like, even if he says 2026, he still hasn't said which of the 2 dates, because they then released a public calendar after this.
Yeah.
And those Star Wars dates are still there. Yeah, and it just says untitled Star Wars movies. Because one guy, like Eric Davis, I think it was, tweeted out that it's the December 2026 date. He had no reason to say that, and then when the calendar came out,
it was like his estimation. It was his estimation.
Yeah. And then when the public calendar came out, he said that he was wrong. You know.
Okay.
So there was no.
You know what? That's big of him, and I respect it.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
some of these fucking idiots just like delete what they said and act like it never happened. Disney later followed up the call with an updated release calendar for the public. 3 Star Wars dates are still on the calendar and all sport the untitled Star Wars name, even though they have the fucking Mandalorian and Grogu name, meaning no date was given to the film that's set to lead the film slate, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Disney and Lucasfilm seemingly continue to remain non-committal as to which Star Wars film will take what date. something they've been doing since the 3 release dates were announced in June of 2023. The Mandalorian and Grogu announcement mentioned 3 other Star Wars films that are in active development due to be part of the Lucasfilm theatrical slate: a Rey Skywalker film from Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, Dave Filoni's Mandalorian crossover event film, and an Origins of the Jedi movie from James Mangold. Elsewhere during the call, unrelated to the Star Wars film, Bob Iger announced a collaboration with Epic Games. Uh-oh. The announcement revealed that the 2 companies will collaborate on all new games and entertainment universes. Disney also acquired a stake within Epic for $1.5 billion. Disney shared additional details, which you can read below.
No!
Yeah, well, this is great for us Fortniters. You know? I'm not 40. Fuck this. And he just closes the computer. In addition to being
only 40-year-olds play Fortnite, right, Jason?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's a very old person's game.
It's all 40-year-olds and 44-year-olds.
That's why it's called 40 Night.
40 Night. In addition to being a world-class games experience with interpolating.
I'm not Fortnite.
Who uses this word? Who uses this fucking word?
Is it interoperating?
Interoperating with Fortnite. I mean, fuck you. Like, who is this for? Who is this for?
It's not for the kids to play Fortnite.
To be fair, ChatGPT wrote this, so
fuck them. With Fortnite, the new persistent universe will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, and engage with content. Characters and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Players, gamers, and fans will be able to create their own stories and experiences, experience their fandom in a distinctly Disney way, and share content with each other in ways that they love.
You're gonna overpay for everything. That's what that means.
Well, what? Yeah, I mean, what I think it means is that there's likely going to be, like right now when you go into Fortnite, you got your battle royale. Then you also have like your Rocket League racing kind of game, and you got your Lego game. It's Fortnite is now a platform, a hub of various kinds of games. One's a music game, it could be The Weeknd, Tetris all day long if you want to, and so it's cool. I mean, and I imagine that this will lead to a Disneyland style game instead of them making one of those like Disneyland games.
They've said like this days after this was announced that wherever this is, the Fortnite collaboration thing is years away.
Yeah.
Discover a
Hold on, I'm gonna turn the audio down.
Discover a way to get demonetized in 3 seconds.
So this is hopefully you guys can see this, but it just shows like a bunch
boys!
of like Millennium Falcon flying by the thing, and it's just a bunch of, there's absolutely nothing new in this that wasn't already in Fortnite from memory. This is like Indiana Jones, Darth Vader, and stuff. So they most likely put this together pretty quickly too, but it's much better.
At least they got a good piece of concept art right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, they just say Fortnite, even though they're saying there's going to be a new experience in games. They're just promoting the Fortnite aspect of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though. I mean, it's promising for the future is the important thing. And this will be our last story of the day, because I know we're going a bit long. The Mandalorian and Grogu reportedly set to begin filming in June 2024.
Another bang exclusive from Kleiner.
Yeah, another exclusive. You know what I mean?
Which I didn't include in this. I just included the people who did report it first.
Yeah.
To be fair, Frosty has a tramp stamp that says exclusive. So I just want you to know. I saw that once.
Yeah.
We were all at the Muscle Beach.
Right.
We were. True story.
Well, good work, Carrot Dick. Yeah. All right. Last month, Lucasfilm officially announced a brand new Star Wars movie in the form of The Mandalorian and Grogu, a theatrical feature film that follows the events of the hit Disney Plus series Mandalorian. At the time, Lucasfilm shared the movie being written by the Mandalorian series creator Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will begin production this year, with Jon Favreau also taking up directing duties. Now, new reports point towards a June start for filming on the flick. Earlier this month, Production Weekly listed The Mandalorian and Grogu to begin filming on June 17th, 2024. Today, that report from Production Weekly has been followed up with a post on the Film and Television Industry Alliance website, which also dates the Mandalorian and Grogu to begin filming on June 17th, 2024. In addition, the FTIA post also sports a summary of the film, which reads, "The Mandalorian, a lone bounty hunter, is tasked with capturing Grogu, a mysterious and adorable creature. Instead, he forms a strong bond with Grogu and strives to protect him from various threats, exploring his purpose in a post-Empire galaxy." So that's just clearly a general overview of the television series and not the film. Because they won't want to tell us what it's really about other than Mando and Grogu. Since the announcement...
It's about NFTs.
No,
Grogu gets the side business.
I gotta put a moratorium on NFT jokes because they're just not a thing anymore. I want to throw up every time I hear about NFTs. I'm just like, fuck.
They were the future of Ubisoft and Square, remember?
Oh, man. I mean, God, so many.
Whatever happened to the blockchain? Like,
you know, I'm on it, Rob. I'm on it.
All right.
You guys still on it? It's on the blockchain.
I'm just Jenny from the blockchain. I was waiting for that song to hit at a Super Bowl, but it never happened. I thought
remember on Arrested Development when he makes was it fake block? It's like an instrument. They all think it's this other thing. Oh, it's really funny. That one's part's really funny. Anyways, since the announcement of The Mandalorian and Grogu last month, questions remain in regards to the status of the fourth season of The Mandalorian. In the spring of last year, Jon Favreau, the series creator, shared that he had completed work on the scripts for season 4, with production slated to begin towards the end of September 2023. By the way, on that note, my sources told me that those scripts for season 4 were rough draft or first draft things. It was.
Did you see the quality of Boba Fett? Do you think he gives a fuck?
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't think he gives a fuck at
Thank you. To be fair, they were all first draft shays, and let's be honest.
What if I told you they weren't? Imagine what they were before. Anyways, however, filming was delayed indefinitely when the Writers Guild of America began striking on May 2nd, 2023, and didn't conclude until September. Shortly after the start of the WGA strike, the Screen Actors Guild began striking in July, and with the strike ending in November. There's been no update on the status of the series from Lucasfilm since, with Grogu season, I almost called it Grogu season 4, with season 4 getting no mention in their announcement of The Mandalorian and Grogu. Some outlets have mentioned that the fourth season of Disney Plus series remains in development alongside the planned theatrical film, while others, such as The Hollywood Reporter, have shared that the status of season 4 is unclear and no longer a given to be made. Making Star Wars with a white M. Is that a clue? What does it mean, you guys? Is that M for Mando?
It means I fucked it up, essentially.
No, I think it means something. Previously,
it doesn't work.
I think it means you ingratiated yourself to the inner circles. So Making Star Wars previously shared that he'd heard that something being considered was a shorter fourth season, which, by the way, I tried to look into that a little bit more, and I didn't really get any more answers other than I heard that was floated. And another person told me that was floated. So I believe that it was at least discussed. But, we lost Carl Weathers. And imagine if you were thinking about doing 6 episodes of that series, and then imagine you lose Carl Weathers, and imagine he's in 2 of them and it's a pivotal role that's important or something, So who knows if that might have affected it too. I don't have the answer. It's merely speculation on my part right now. But
we can get Arsenio in a muscle suit, right?
Who could? Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
characters in Coming to America.
No, who? Eddie Murphy as Carl Weathers as Grief Karga.
Yeah, wouldn't you watch that? Wouldn't you watch it? Right?
Strangely, Rob.
Chocolate or
okay, I would be up for Eddie Murphy being in Star Wars. I would be
Sexual
okay. Chewbacca. You know what I mean? Though Eddie
Chewbacca's the band.
Eddie Murphy.
I believe the Grogu is the future.
I don't believe in the Axel Foley movie is going to be any good. I mean, after American Coming to America,
it's going to be better in Madame Web. It's going to be better in Madame Web.
You know what though? I could look at that lady all day. You know what I mean? So
you got me there.
You know what I mean? At least there's that. I've seen movies that are probably as bad as that one without that.
So what got me through the spirit was Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
What a fucking horrible worst movie I've ever seen in theaters.
Well, I mean, the whole '80s direct to VHS fucking films were predicated upon, oh, this movie is shit. Well, here's boobs. That's just what they would do. I mean, and then they couldn't do it anymore. So now they have their own. They're doing it in different ways. They're doing it on TikTok. Anyways, with season 4, with the promotions. Anyways, with season 4 of The Mandalorian featuring 6 episodes instead of the usual 8, with The Mandalorian and Grogu acting as the finale to the season. However, it's worth noting again that there's been no update from Lucasfilm in regards to the status of season 4. And right now, I don't know if anything's changed in the last couple of days, but in my opinion, I don't think anybody really knows 100% what's going to go on. And, from like the looks of things from the Production Weekly stuff, for instance, it does sound like the film might be taking the precedence now,
Yeah,
So,
it's like from like I told you like yesterday or whatever it was.
yeah, you want to say what you want to say, or I don't know how far you want to go.
Not the
Okay.
one of the parts, but like
Yeah.
it seems as if they're just gonna do the fucking movie. Like, things are moving and it's all for the movie. I don't know. Like maybe there's gonna be a season, but it doesn't feel like it. From everybody talking, they just seem like they're prepping for the film now.
It does,
Right?
yeah.
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 So
That's what I would bet, just the temperature. If I just had based off of the temperature in the room, it feels like we're not going to get the season.
it's short notice now as well, considering we're into February, like
Yeah.
significantly. And if you're gonna do that, based on how long I know that film is gonna film for, like there's not enough time to do that. So yeah, I think it's we probably won't get the 4th season.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I hope it goes the other way, because it would be nice to have something lead into it. That's great, but whatever gives us the best thing in the end.
And I definitely, again, it's the other thing I said. So I probably will do an article on it, but it's like one of the other things I said to you yesterday. The reason for like there being a movie, maybe, like that's definitely going to factor into why we wouldn't get another season.
And honestly, I would rather. I mean, I want more, because I'm a fucking consumer idiot who just wants more. At the same time, Favreau only having to do one movie that's good, it would be better to have his best ideas in one place as opposed to spread
it's also
around.
Like what came through the trades, like following the earnings call, is that Disney's focus is no longer Disney Plus. They're going back to theatrical. That's their focus. Hence why Moana 2 is now a film and not a show.
Yes.
And they don't really care about gaining new subscribers. They want to retain what they have, but they're going to do that with less money going on budgets. They're going to do that with less output in content, and they're just going to rely on trying to make a big splash in the cinemas. So
yeah,
they're not going to do another Indiana Jones thing where they spend over fucking 300 million on a movie. Those days are gone. They're going to try and keep the budgets lower. And most films, that aren't already filming or have filmed, which we won't see that for like 2 years, right? Because of how we are at the moment. But yeah, so that's their goal. It's just to make money through theatrical, the old model, rather than through the streaming. And they're cutting costs, they're getting rid of content on the streaming service, just like fucking Zaslav and everybody else. Like, to keep the cost down, they're getting rid of staff, they're getting rid of shit shows that didn't do well, like Willow, so they have to pay royalties, all this stuff. And they talk about it in earnings calls and brag about it. Same thing with Zazie, but how much the costs are coming down on the services, and when they expect them to be profitable. So Disney Plus just isn't the focus.
And so, I think that as a fan, you should expect that the TV shows stop looking like the films, because that has confused people for a very long time, that these TV shows are films. I think it's going to be more apparent what's a film and what's a TV show going forward, because I don't see them dropping fucking $200 million on Disney Plus shows, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do it when you could turn it into a film that actually gives you a return? So
when you look at like, you look at HBO, you look at House of the Dragon and The Last of Us, they have like incredible viewing figures.
Yeah.
Right? On a linear network. They're going out and they're getting ads for the network, all that shit. Right? Like, they're making the money that way. And then obviously on HBO Max or whatever, all these services want to encourage you now to get the ad version because they get paid twice. So
Well, they have cable packages with HBO. They don't really have ads,
yeah.
but they have cable packages which provide that return. Like
But you
you're not
still
getting a
pay an
cable package
HBO
with Disney
twice,
Plus.
right?
Now, I wouldn't be surprised, folks, if we see a
Who's
lateral
folks?
move where
Who's
Disney
folks?
figure of fucking dick. Folks,
Sorry.
you. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a thing where Disney Plus becomes just a channel on cable. Like, honestly, dude,
The Disney
replace the
Channel
Disney
maybe
Channel.
just becomes
Yeah,
Disney Plus. Yeah.
it just all that stuff becomes one thing the way HBO is, and it just, you know what I mean, to justify, like, they merge that from an LLC or whatever, from an incorporated standpoint, into one entity
Hmm.
to share that, to drive that revenue up.
Well, like I always say, well, I don't always say this, but like Disney is the only like streaming service at that size that's been losing compared to all of the other ones. And I think a big reason is I'm not there for Bambi. I'm there for Star Wars. I'm not there for Marvel. I'm just there for the one thing. So I'm in and I'm out. I'm in and I'm out. So they always are going to appear that they're treading water because it's different. It's different. It's too broad.
But even
Disney.
like people like in my life who use Disney, they're not like us. They're not watching Star Wars or Marvel content or anything like that. They're like watching, I don't fucking know, like The Rookie or some shit, and
Yeah.
like and stuff like
Angels
that.
in the
And
Outfield 3.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, they're complaining that there's no content. They're like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna drop down to the ad version because there's nothing there.
Mhm.
Like I said, our version over here like obviously has like Hulu built in or whatever, right? So, but again, there's still nothing going on there.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah.
like you said, every like we listen to the earnest calls of the other things and whatever, like, and they're all gaining. Disney have been
Yeah.
losing consistently for specifically on Disney Plus through multiple quarters. Like, it's not looking great.
It'll probably look better for them once Hulu and Disney Plus are completely merged 100%. You know what I mean? That's probably when it will be a bit more, I think, a bit more stable for them. But at the end of
But
the day,
if the biggest
not,
sellers of your streaming service has been Star Wars and Marvel, you have 2 Star Wars shows and 1 live action Marvel show this year.
you have 52 weeks and you have 16 weeks worth of Star Wars content that actually people are going to actually subscribe for. Sorry,
Yeah.
I love the animated stuff sometimes, but that's not going to really float your platform. Not like the live action stuff. It's not a lot. That's not a lot of reason for me to stay there. It just is what it is.
And some of this stuff, Star Wars wise, that you get, like Andor isn't a hit, right? It's a hit critically, but
Yeah.
like viewership wise, it's not. Like, so people who Star Wars fans who didn't even connect with Andor, they're not going to come back in early 2025 for that.
You're right.
Like it's not going to draw in
Put it on
max
Netflix.
numbers.
Well, no, they should put it on Hulu. They should put it on Hulu. Is what
But
they should.
they probably will put it on
it
Hulu.
and- yeah,
but like
that would be the smartest thing.
Like the Acolyte is gonna like the certain sort of people is gonna rub the wrong way, and the Skeleton Crew from all accounts since that shit's been filming, I in my heart want that to be good so
Same.
badly, but everything I've heard from many people at this point, it doesn't sound like it's good. So
and it's amazing because they have amazing talent behind it. And I'm wondering if we have a Robert Rodriguez situation with that one where there were just too many cooks in the kitchen and not enough people actually taking control of what needed to be. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm wondering if that's what happened, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's so disappointing because I love the idea of it. So I still got my fingers crossed that it's still gonna be great and it's just not some people's cup of tea or something,
I love the idea of it. I love the people that's involved, and the trailer that I saw at Celebration last year, like that was the one I was excited for the most. Like after watching them all back to back, I was like, that's the one I felt most excited about. So to hear from multiple people that it's not very good, this disheartening.
Well, look, I know, but I'm gonna keep I just don't trust any good or bad, you know what I mean, word of mouth on anything before it releases, because you just can't really tell internally what, I don't know, man. I mean, remember, I'm not saying it's the same thing, But if you remember, every time a WB movie DC came out, it was like standing ovation,
Okay, so
Flash, greatest
okay,
superhero movie ever made.
that's like a okay. Here's what I will say about that though, is since Star Wars Rebels, I have had people tell me what the shows were going to be, what the quality they thought it was, like how they were coming at it, and a lot of the times sources and friends, they kind of share our sensibility to some degree. And the sources that they like us because we relate, generally speaking, and they've never been far off from what are people going to say, like how is it going to be, or like, yeah, this is good but people aren't going to get it, stuff like that. Like usually that's on. And so I'm nervous about it. I'm definitely like, like one of the things we heard early on was, oh, it scales younger and it's campy, right? And it's just like, oh, geez. And you know what I mean? Like, okay. And it might be appropriate. It might be like my 9-year-old might watch it and be like, this is the shit. This is great. You know what I mean? This is Star Wars for me. And that might be the reaction. And it might be the, the people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s that are like, fuck, this ain't Star Wars for me. Like that could happen with it, but I don't know. When I see, I hate to pick on the children who they hired for the parts, because I just generally feel bad for kid actors who are in that position on something big like Star Wars. So I don't want to team up on them, but fucking shit, that is some like Disney Channel looking casting and not Star Wars casting. And so that for me, the cast itself kind of has to win me over. They have to be some pretty fucking charming characters,
Well, to be fair, Jason, I thought the Skeleton Crew should have just cast the Sixth Sense kid like 5 times. That's what I would have done. Yeah.
God. Yeah. Imagine him being in Star Wars today, being like the one who's like, oh my guys, I'm fucking Anakin.
Yeah. He's still functioning though, so he'd do all right.
Mike gave a $5 super chat, George, and said, thank you for doing the show, Dave. Thank you for the super chat, Mike, and thank you for being a channel member at the same time.
Yeah. Thanks for giving it to this show and not Bespin's. So
and Zach gave $9.99 super chat and said, thank you for the show, guys. And thank you, Zach. I appreciate the support, man. It really means a lot.
Yeah, that's gonna go to my second bowl of orange chicken tonight. So,
and Zach also says Andor should have been on FX. I do not disagree with that at all. I think that would be, I think that, it was cool when they were showing like the first episodes or whatever. They should have done the whole series on those shows, because
they should have done them 3-minute long on Cartoon Network, Jason. You know what I mean? That
George,
big
you're
deal.
fucking insane.
You're
fucking insane.
Did our like Roker approach encourage your viewers to like give you money today?
No.
Do you think? No.
Steven, give me a quarter. Give me a quarter, Steven.
I yelled at Marsha, but she took half my money, so it didn't work.
Come on, Bun Sauce. You got 350? Give me 350, Bun Sauce. All right.
Hey,
so
who do you think will play me in the Selena Gomez, Linda Ronstadt film? Who do you think? Think Jason Sudeikis?
I like where you're going with that. Like,
yeah. You think?
Yeah. Like
I'm afraid they're gonna get they're gonna make me a gay and lesbian though, because it's the thing they do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Operating people, I can get paid more than £9 this month.
No, definitely not. We have a pay cap on you.
I'm gonna eat union orange chicken with you. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So. All right. Well, it's been real fun. I have a life though.
Go eat your beef and broccoli, George.
I gotta go make experimental films at the Panda Express. Okay, bye.
Right. By George experimental films, it means he films his shit going down the toilet after Panda Express. If The Mandalorian and Grogu is looking to begin shooting in June, there's no mention of production on season 4. You can't help but wonder if plans have changed at Lucasfilm, and we won't be getting a 4th season and the feature film.
I got the headline, Jason. When it's canceled, we'll go season 4, no more. Right?
Oh shit!
We gotta do it. We gotta do it. We already. No one can take that. Roka.
Or how about?
And
then the subtitle.
Nobody.
The subtitle is Mandalorian season 4 as real as George's experimental films. Maybe. All right. Yeah. Personally, I'm fine with this. I like the idea that Bespin says he's fine with it. I like the idea of Streamline Mando season 4. I think most fans could agree that the 3rd season of Mandalorian is the weakest of the 3 seasons released, but had a lot of good material within it. and I can't help but think that a streamlined third season could have been great, and that bolsters my excitement for The Mandalorian Grogu. Within Lucasfilm's announcement of The Mandalorian Grogu, they mentioned that
It's the same shit I wrote last
the
time. You don't need to read it.
film would raise Skywalker Palpatine. Okay. So there
It's
we
just
go.
going through like the announcement that they had like a fucking slate.
Got it. So
Yeah.
yeah. Also, the Phantom Menace is releasing on May 3rd, and in the theaters again. And
Can't
so yeah. Well, Rob, I'm very excited for it, and
Can't
you're
wait to
an
see
asshole
all the
for
millennials and Zennials
ruin my fun because you had a bad time in 1999, Rob. I mean,
I had a great time in 1999. Like, I was defending that film. It was the Attack of the Clones that set me straight.
Then
It's
but that's a
2002
different
that
movie.
got Rob. No, it showed me. It broke it. It got me out the Matrix, the Star Wars Matrix. Jason.
No,
it woke me up. All right.
Sorry. I could understand Attack of the Clones not being somebody's cup of tea, but episode 1 and 3 are fine Star Wars films with bad acting. That's just what it is. That is the only thing that has actually changed for me about the prequels, about my opinion of, say, during the 3D release of the Phantom Menace back in 2011 or whatever it was, and my opinion today is I've had so much good acting in Star Wars that when I watch the prequels, I do get a little bit of cognitive dissonance that I didn't have before. So it's like I would even say that the new films are better acted than the original trilogy. So you end up with the pendulum swinging way to the left of bad acting and then way to the right of good acting. And it's weird, post Andor.
Can't wait till those Nemodians talk. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be something else.
But see, that kind of stuff is like a genre specific thing. That's not fucking like, oh, we don't know how to act. I'm gonna go and do the
Jar Jar's sort of a genre specific voice too, if you think about it, like.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not. Oh, look who's hiding in the chat, the Geek Furious. So exactly the same. Yeah. I mean, it definitely like it didn't help it, right? But because you used to just be like, oh, here's the spectrum of Star Wars acting, and then you add Andor acting, and you're like, oh, okay. But anyways, Bestman Bulletin has heard enough of your bullshit, Rob, and he just fucking left. He didn't even say bye. Oh, welcome back. But anyway,
the shit was bugging out. They haven't fixed the StreamYard app on phones.
Right, that makes sense. It only costs $500 a year. You'd think it would work. But anyways, yeah.
Hold on before we get they're gonna have an exclusive trailer for the Acolyte or some shit attached to this Star Wars The Phantom Menace release from Meg or one of these sites. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be like overhyping the hidden thing they're gonna play at the end of and then nothing happens and we all pretend like we didn't.
Well, it makes like that's when I would expect the trailer. Like that's not through any fucking thing, but like that's just it makes sense, right? If the series does come on, say like August, to have that play with the Phantom Menace, probably because obviously it's only set like 50 years or whatever before it.
But they won't. They'll drop it like randomly, like on a Tuesday in June.
No, well, in that when they released Rogue One in the theater, they gave an Andor preview, and I would say an Acolyte first look going with the Phantom Menace would make sense.
Would make sense, but I don't think we live in a world of making sense right now. So.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it could go. I mean, it might not fit their plan, or might not be ready, or whatever. And the other question I still have is the Phantom Menace, when it gets released, is it going to be in 3D or not? Because that's one side of this that I'm gonna see. That me and the kids, we want to go see it. The kids want to see it in the theater. I was like, okay, so we're gonna do it, but it would be nice if they could see it in 3D, because that's something that you can't really get at home, and that's the one thing that would make it a unique theatrical experience. And my second, well, your house is boring. The second thing that I'm hoping is that Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith also get re-released in 3D on their respective anniversaries. You know what I mean? Because we're moving in towards those coming in a few years, and so that would just be nice if they could get those out I've seen the 3D releases of those films, and Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith are much better. Revenge of the Sith is fucking phenomenal in 3D. It is so good. They did digital reconstructive surgery on Hayden Christensen's face to make his eyes sunk in, so it looks scarier. And it's actually, I think, a more effective way to watch that film. And it's nobody gets to see it,
I'd
so
be
it would
interested
be
in
cool.
seeing that. Even though I hate those films, I would
Mhm.
watch it for the 3D. Just go, well, let me get this,
Yeah,
clever bit out of it. They'd sucker me into that one. But other than that, I'm not sitting through.
yeah. They wanted
know.
to redo the Phantom Menace after they did 2 and 3 to make it very cohesive. They obviously never got around to it. So, anyways, yeah, but that's a thing. I like I said, I plan on going and seeing it. It's less than a month away, so I'll probably, as soon as the tickets go. Tickets aren't on sale for it yet, right? I don't think they are. But
It's less than a month away. It's like
isn't
fucking
it
3 months away.
Sorry. Yeah, it's May 3rd. May 3rd. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I looked at 2/14 on my clock and I thought 3 is March for some reason.
You're about a month away
Yeah.
from Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters, yeah, the old Frozen Empire. I'm excited for it. I saw some stuff leaked last night from like a bed sheet print, and there's a new Ecto. There's a new Ecto coming in that movie, so that's cool. But anyways, yeah, we will be. I don't know. I'll probably do a show again tomorrow if there's any news. You think you got any stories coming this week? You plan on doing any stories this week that you want to commit to, or no?
No
Mr.
idea.
Bestman?
I've got
No
a couple
idea.
things, but we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
I know you got things. I
Um,
just don't know if you plan on doing anything like.
yeah,
But when you do, I will do a show for those for sure.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I said, this month's shit with money and the website. So if everyone's got a coffee, that's cool. Very much appreciated. I'll be one step away from not sucking dick for money, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You got my attention. What's that?
yeah,
What's going
that's just it.
Well,
All right.
I mean,
Well, I'm going
maybe.
through a different. I'm trying to follow Roka's,
Snyder.
pattern of trying to get
Snyder
people.
did that though. No, Snyder said you had to give him $50 and you put on dresses and you could pick out the outfits and he'd be a slut. And I'm like, well, this show is just this. Yeah, that was yesterday's show, Jason. You got to watch it. It's fun. It's a fun show.
Good. I'm gonna watch shows where
You don't gotta watch it. I watched it.
where people cite where people cite the things where they get the shit from.
Well, if they're gonna
Anyway.
take your info, you may as well watch it anyway. Like,
I'm not saying he took my info. I'm saying he got parallel info and then decided I'm fucking the chosen one. Therefore, when I get it, it's real, and when somebody else does, it ain't the same as me. But anyways, that's just my bitch about it. But yeah. So anyways, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support and for being channel members and all that stuff. And I want to do more shows, so don't worry. I plan on doing more, but I'm also not going to go and report fucking 8-month-old fucking stories from Collider just because they fucking decided to smell
Empire
air.
said hello there. What could it mean?
Yeah, I know.
Let's do an emergency show to speculate.
That's why I was just like, no, it's impossible that it's anything. And then it was Kenobi too, right?
Bad Batch next week.
Mm-hmm.
You can do weekly shows covering the Bad Batch. You'll have that. Look at Rob's face. He's so excited. Look at him. He's smiling.
Some days it's great when I'm a ghost because I could just not even be in the room where you guys are talking about things and you won't know.
It's pretty.
I'm not gonna be here to talk about Bad Batch.
Well,
that's all Jason.
No, we heard stuff about it, and I just don't give a shit. It's just not really like that big of a deal. And the people that are you have a bunch of people that were given access, so they pretend like it's the best thing that ever happened to Star Wars, instead of being honest about what they think about it. It says what it is. It's pay to play. And they got paid with the screeners, so they're gonna play, and that's just what it is. But if I think if you liked the first 2 seasons of the Bad Batch, you're not gonna be disappointed. It's gonna be more of the same. You know what I mean? Am I gonna play Dark Forces Remastered? I haven't actually looked at Dark Forces Remastered pretty much at all. So I hear it's going to be a cheaper game, like the $30 price point ish, probably, I think. So that there's a chance there's a chance I give it a whirl because it might be fun. And if I do it, I'll stream
Jason.
it. Well, that's
I'm
why
not
he can't play it.
50.
He can't play it because he's not 40.
It doesn't have 3,000 frames per second.
But if I do,
I can
I'll stream it. I didn't get to play Dark Forces originally because I wasn't a rich kid with a computer. So Dark Forces for me was a giant box.
Is that an Aztru dig because he was born rich?
He was born rich. Yeah, I was not
He
born
was
rich.
born rich.
But I would just do the giant box for it. Like when I would go, it would be like Dark Forces and a Lucasfilm game called Loom. And I would just be like, I want to play. I want to know what's inside them. What secrets to the prequels are waiting for me in those boxes?
It's a Pipe Dreams kit on the NES. I really like Pipe Dreams.
Pipe
Maniac
Dream.
Mansion was my jam. It's still
Maniac Mansion is great.
First video game I ever played where I realized there was more to this than, you know what I mean? Like than gaining a level, and like it meant a lot. Like it changed my whole outlook on gaming.
Have you played Undertale?
Yeah.
My son is obsessed with Undertale, and I'm like, okay, it's Maniac Mansion isn't as dynamic as Undertale because it was made fucking 40 years ago or something. But I'm like,
and it was like 300 kilobytes.
Yeah, but I want him to play Maniac Mansion because I think if you love Undertale, there's a chance you could appreciate Maniac Mansion.
I think he would appreciate Day of the Tentacle, the remaster on like PlayStation and stuff, because it's
on Xbox Live. It's on Xbox Live. Yeah,
same thing.
Or Xbox Games Pass, I should say. So yeah, but anyways, we did it, boys. We did it. Let's get out of here. Let's go eat. Let's go eat. Let's go eat. And then I want to play Fortnite later, probably. You play Fortnite later, Rob? You're working today. You're busy. You're on the schedule.
We used up all this time today, Jason.
We did.
No, I'm working this whole time. What are you talking about? You think I wasn't working? I think I'm doing right now. It's ridiculous.
All right. Bye, everybody. I deleted the end song on accident. Like I forgot, and I never re-uploaded a new version or a new thing. So here's the intro.